Hello, Critical Conversation Bros here. I am Beal Greatness, and this is...
Top Rope Bubba.
Oh yeah, Happy New Year 2024 is in full swing.
Yes, it is.
Oh man, we got our year-end awards that we're going to talk about, and so much to get into. We're going to keep it strictly, though, to AEW, NXT, and WWE for now.
Yep, and I believe it's middle of January. We'll start talking about TNA, because now they're back to TNA instead of Impact Wrestling.
This is a big deal. I think you're going to see some big fish go there.
Big fish.
Big fish, yeah.
Like Dolph Ziggler big.
Maybe. Maybe even bigger, but that's a story for another day. Until then, let's talk about awards, year-end. Let's talk about match of the year.
For AEW, I chose to pick the Briscoe brothers and FTR dog collar match. Fortunately, it was the last match that the Briscoe brothers were together.
R.I.P.
Because of,
Yeah.
It was a phenomenal match. Very bloody, very
It was awesome.
physical, but it was definitely, I want to say it was February, March time date. I'm not real sure, but it was very early in the year.
And if I recall correctly, I think it got 5 stars, actually.
Yes,
It was the first match like that got
sure.
5 stars, so that's pretty interesting. For me, it was MJF versus Daniel Bryan. That shit was awesome. That 60-minute Iron Man match. Love it.
Yeah, that was a very good match, too.
Let's go to WWE.
I chose KO and Sami Zayn at WrestleMania 39. Jeez Louise. I'm going back way back in time. They weren't even wrestling then.
No.
Yeah, that's what I chose. It was, I don't know.
I think it was a good choice. For me, I went similar route. Sammy versus Roman at Elimination Chamber. I mean, if there was ever a time they were going to pull the trigger and put that title on Sammy, they could have done it there. I don't think anybody would have been upset. That shit was fire.
Yeah, I feel like anything with Sami Zayn this year was phenomenal. I mean, when he was part of the Bloodline, he really made the Bloodline relevant, funny to watch, and when they were boring, so...
The guy's been fantastic.
And we were all waiting for, when is Sammy going to turn on Roman? It was bound to happen.
But we loved it. NXT.
NXT was pretty easy for me. It was definitely the Becky and Tiffany match at No Mercy. That match was hands down perfect. I mean, I gave it 5 out of 5.
Man, we love women's wrestling,
Becky
especially when it's like that.
Yeah, Becky definitely pushed Tiffany and brought the full Tiffany out, and I think it's only helped her since then.
And I think we're in store for some more future Tiffy time, if you know what I mean.
For sure.
All right, let's switch gears here. Female Wrestler of the Year. Start with AEW.
Julia Hart for me. Joining the House of Black, and her entrances are phenomenal. She's done excellent work.
Incredible improvement from this woman. I can't knock you for that choice. Fantastic choice. She's been outstanding. I'm going to shift gears just a tiny bit and say Sky Blue. The transformation of this woman over this year has been nothing short of incredible. And there's big things in her future. I think she turns on Julia at some point. I think we're going to love it.
And if you think about it, it was very Alexa Bliss-like.
It had some shades there. You know, wrestling pays homage to wrestling. So let's move on. NXT.
I took Tiffany.
It's hard to go against that. For me, the evolution, the culmination of winning title from her idol, Lyra Valkyria, fantastic.
Definitely my second choice.
I think she deserved it, but either woman you'd been splitting hairs because both have been so fantastic.
Sure.
So let's switch gears, move on. WWE Woman of the Year.
That was a tough one for me. I ended up taking Io Sky. One, because she's, I think, handled that title very well. She definitely solidified herself with jumping off of the top of the cage at Survivor Series in a trash can.
Which I weirdly called, and I didn't believe it would actually happen, but it did. It happened. That was crazy.
It was excellent.
I would love to say Mommy's always on top, but not this time. She hasn't defended the title enough. It hasn't been consistent wrestling enough from her. Io has been absolutely outstanding every step of the way, from winning the Money in the Bank to cashing it in, how Damage Control has evolved. This is unreal. This storyline is going to keep progressing, and we're going to be captivated by it. It's fantastic.
Yeah. I definitely agree, and that's the only reason I took Io over Rhea. It's because Io's defended it a lot more than Rhea has.
Yeah, that's true. Men's Wrestler of the Year.
I took for AEW. I thought it was hands down Swerve. MJF should get some love too.
Yeah, you were splitting hairs on that one too. Swerve deserves it. I'm going MJF. We'll see what happens with that dude there, but I'm both those guys have been outstanding.
Sure.
NXT.
I took Trick. I feel like there's a lot of people that are very, very worthy of it. But Trick, I feel like, has definitely elevated himself. I feel like Carmelo has definitely helped him elevate himself.
This is true.
And I can't wait to see kind of what Trick does on his own.
The dude has talent. I can't wait to see what he evolves into. For me, Ilya Dragunov has been nothing short of putting banger after banger out there. It's unbelievable. He's almost on like a Walter-esque type of run.
Yeah.
In the NXT circuit, it is just incredible. It maybe not the same kind of dominance because it's a different kind of wrestler, but like just the quality of the matches put on and how meaningful it makes it all feel.
Sure.
Just really enjoying the work he's doing.
Yeah.
WWE.
This is a tough one too, but I took Cody Rhodes. Only because, what he's done with pretty much all of his matches, he's elevated some people. When WWE was kind of going through, I feel like a shaky time or a blah time, he definitely helped carry them like he did when he was in AEW.
Yeah.
Him and, the whole Judgment Day stuff, he's done well, and he deserves every bit of positive recognition he gets.
Hard to argue there. I went a little bit the opposite way. Seth Rollins, dude's been a workhorse this year. Everything he's done, like you're saying, elevates other people that he's in matches with. Guy's constantly working whether he's hurt or not.
Yep.
Especially
there's, with that back injury.
There's a lot to respect there, and I wasn't always on the Seth Rollins bandwagon, but I'm on it now. The guy has been nothing short of great, and I look forward to the future and see what's going on there.
For sure.
All right. Let's take a look at Tag Team of the Year.
AEW, I took nothing less than Scissor Midari, The Acclaimed.
It's hard to not like those guys. They make you feel good. They make you laugh. What's not to like?
Yeah.
For me, Adam Cole and MJF, the storyline's told just out of that. And the culmination that we got, him losing the title to Samoa Joe, courtesy of Adam Cole, it makes it feel worth it.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be interesting now that I think they added to the storyline. They took him off the roster.
Yeah.
Because he's a free agent. They're just fueling that fire even more for him to come back as a face. And then, that storyline with Adam Cole and Roderick Strong and whoever else they decide to throw in there
can really take
continue.
Off.
Yeah, it's going to be great. And I honestly hope, even though they finally showed who the devil was, maybe they even do more with that in that storyline. Like, add something. Continue the whole devil thing or whatever,
yeah. If they evolve it and change some things, I'm cool with it. NXT Tag Team of the Year.
I took Trick and Mello.
Hard to argue against it. Those guys are a great tag team, and they're entertaining as well.
Yeah, so. Yes they are.
For me, the Creed brothers, sky high, buddy. I'm telling you, the stock on these guys is unreal. Looking forward to their future.
Yep, and now that they're main roster, we'll see what they definitely have.
Now, this next one gets controversial here because we're talking WWE's Tag Team of the Year, and I know we both went crazy ways.
I kind of went outside the box, probably what a lot of people won't think, but toward the beginning of the year, I feel like Liv and Raquel kind of carried the women's tag team division until, unfortunately, they had to get hurt, and,
Yeah, kind of crumbled from there, but both women extremely talented.
But definitely your pick, I'm not going to argue with either, so...
I went Chelsea Green and Piper Niven, and I know you're like, what? they made the tag team titles, even without so many defenses, they made them feel important just because they're out there week after week giving these crazy, ridiculous promos that are making you laugh, enjoy yourselves, and making it feel like, they're involved in everything.
Yeah, especially after Sonya Deville got injured. I believe tore her ACL.
Yeah, a lot of these women stepped up.
I mean, they were like, oh, well, Chelsea's going to drop. Who's going to be her partner? And out of nowhere, we got Doudrop. They changed her name back to Piper Niven.
Which they should have.
Thank God.
Yeah, and listen, she's good.
She was excellent.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of scared, to be honest, what they're going to do
now that
with Piper Niven now.
Yeah.
Because I hope they don't push her to the back. Hopefully they've seen enough of her and continue something. So we'll see.
All right. Now for my favorite category here, entrance of the year.
I took the Guns at just a regular Dynamite show because they did Many Men by 50 Cent. I wish they would have kept the entrance. It's kind of sad that they got rid of it because it was excellent.
Not taking anything away from that. Bryan Danielson, he had this entrance. I want to say it was at Forbidden Door. Changed the music and stuff. It was awesome.
Yeah, that was a good entrance.
NXT.
That one was a tough one for me because the one that came to the top of my head was just Baron Corbin coming back as something different.
Yeah,
and his entrance, it gave the whole the ship and the motorcycle and what they were gonna do with it. I kind of gave me like a Undertaker old Baron Corbin vibe, so I enjoyed that.
Yeah, it was a nice change of pace for him. Braun Breaker at Battleground, that face mask, dog mask fucking thing was sweet, man. Like, he does do some cool stuff. I think they're botching with him a little bit, but we'll see what the future holds for that guy. But I love that entrance, and it was quality. WWE.
For me, it was pretty easy. The whole Dominic Mysterio WrestleMania entrance, it was phenomenal.
It was fire. I can't knock that choice. I loved it myself.
And they've used that and ran with it, and they've done an excellent job. And a lot of people don't like Dominic Mysterio, but they really need to put some respect on that kid. He's stepped up. He's done wonders. Even, I'm glad Judgment Day kind of took him under their wing because it's done wonders for that guy, and he deserves that 5-year contract he got.
Yeah, I mean, you can't replicate that kind of heat. It's been incredible. He's really improved. Can't be mad at him. My entrance of the year, Bad Bunny in Puerto Rico.
Excellent.
And Backlash.
Yep.
Dude, every time I watch it, just chills down your spine. Your hairs raise up. It is just awesome. You could see how much the people appreciated and loved him, and they enjoyed every minute of that because it just hit hard.
It was great.
And the crowd reaction really helped make it feel that much better.
Especially when he was home.
Yeah.
They definitely stepped up for that entrance, and they gave him the entrance I feel like he deserved.
Oh, yeah.
And they, crowd gave him exactly what should have gotten. So.
And he is the kind of celebrity we need to see more of.
For sure.
Yeah.
He's good.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't think, them guys that wrestle maybe once or twice a year. I mean, he does put in the work.
And boy, is he good.
Yes. Yeah, he is very good.
Naturally talented.
He's not like Johnny Knoxville, you know what I mean?
Oh, boy. We'll leave that one go. Carrying on. Heel of the year.
AEW, I took MJF. I mean, it's kind of hard to pick against the guy.
It is, but for me, same company. Christian Cage has been a notoriously brutal heel. Everything he's done has been masterful, man. This guy's an asshole, so to speak. But boy, is he great.
Unfortunately, I have to agree with you.
NXT.
I took JC Jane. I kind of went out of the box. The only one reason I took JC Jane was the turn on Gigi Dolan. I forget exactly when it was. I know it was towards the beginning of the year when she punted her through that door of whatever setup they had. They had a house or something.
I was on Ding Dong Hello.
Ding Dong Hello.
Yeah,
yep, you're right. You're right.
Hello. Shout out to Bailey anyway.
So I took that with her, and also the stuff she's really doing with Thea Hale joining Chase U right now. I mean, Thea was that, anxiety ball of fire with them, and she's kind of, I mean, she's still that way, but they kind of gave her a little more of a tough girl attitude now, so which is phenomenal, I think.
All right. Definitely agree with you there with some of your points. For me, Kiana James, I loved her turning on Fallon Henley and doing all that, and it just really progressed her as a person, as a character, and I think she's main roster bound at some point. She's special.
100. Yep. I agree. And then, of course, for WWE, I know we're definitely both in agreement, and it's not even close. It's Dominic.
Dom, yeah.
I mean, the man can't even speak in the ring when he comes out. Like, and I feel like
Boo! See, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if I could handle that all. This dude, he just keeps it together.
He went from, being with his dad, trying to follow in his dad's footsteps, and then they had the whole turn on his dad, which, I mean, all of us didn't like, but it's the whole WWE. Like, it's definitely not like that in real life. But, I mean, he's taken that and joined the Judgment Day with the whole him and mommy situation they got going on, and, like, is done phenomenal. Again, like I said earlier, he deserves all the credit. He's put in the work.
Yeah.
Damien's helped him, Finn's helped him, Rhea's helped him. I'm very excited to see
even our little buddy JD McDonough.
And you
can't forget R-Truth, honorary member.
Definitely. R-Truth. Judgment Day is one of those. Definitely, I'm very excited to see where they go in 2024. I'm definitely excited for that.
Yeah, excited, man. A lot of good things. Let's switch gears here. Face of the year.
AEW. I took Jon Moxley.
Yeah, and he's a face right now, and he just put Eddie Kingston over, so it doesn't get much more face than that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big deal.
Everybody complains about Eddie, but I feel like he's one of those people that give it 100% every time he is in the ring. He is very dedicated, I feel like, outside. I mean, you wouldn't think so because of his body stature, whatever.
He's AEW's Kevin Owens.
Oh, yeah. But I feel like he cares. He wants to do what is right in that ring, and I mean, it's good to see him get put over.
The passion there, and you get rewarded for it. For me, Chris Statlander, coming back, being the face, taking that title.
Yeah.
It's good for her.
Yeah, for sure.
We'll see what the future holds there. NXT.
One of my favorites, and I can't wait till he comes to the main roster, is Wesley.
That guy is awesome. He does some super talented stuff.
Unfortunately, he is injured now, so we won't see him for about 8 or 9 months, which is sad.
But you'll see mine, Fallon Henley. She is a great face. This girl has evolved so much. I'm telling you, we got a bright future in this women's division. It is in good hands.
Yeah, and
we've got no worries.
We'll definitely see what she is capable of now that Briggs and Jensen are split up, and thank God, because I love Briggs, and can't wait till
he's got more talent.
He really reminds me of a now he's Big Bill, but Big Cass kind of a person.
I think a more respectable comparison for me is that tag team was a lot like Heavy Machinery.
Yeah.
I felt like Tucker was always holding Otis back.
You're right.
And that's what's happening in this situation.
You're right.
And they've recognized it.
So we'll see what Phelan does. She's kind of on her own now, but she's definitely on her own now. So
and she's good
see
enough
what
to
she
be on
does.
Her own. I personally would love to see Mickie James come back, take her another wing.
That I think would be phenomenal.
But we'll leave that speculation for the future. WWE face of the year.
Easy. Our hometown guy from Hagerstown, Mr. L.A. Knight.
Yeah! Yeah, we love this guy, and there was no other choice for face of the year than this guy. He's
Definitely
been fantastic. Mega star. In commercials popping up from 1998 all over the place. This guy is unreal. Doing new commercials Old commercials popping up, crazy movies. Guy getting the key to the city in Hagerstown.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to where I used to work. Love you. But, yeah.
Yeah, yep.
Big things, man.
And unfortunately, I feel like WWE's dropped the ball on him a little bit. I mean, they had their opportunity, so hopefully
they needed to pull the trigger.
They don't screw it up, and hopefully they give him a little more continued push and give him a title of something, United States, Intercontinental. Whether they make a whole new title, who knows?
Even a tag team is
right.
He needs some sort of gold around that waist, ride this momentum a little bit.
For sure, I agree. Right with you.
Stable of the year.
AEW, House of Black. I mean,
that's hard to go against, man. They've been the best stable, period. Probably the only stable to not have like some sort of mess in between like everybody. Like they've just been really solid.
I mean, the Acclaimed, and they don't. I don't feel like don't really have too many issues.
Yeah, but the House of Black just feels more meaningful to me.
Right. And again,
I will say Scissor Me Daddy.
And again, I think WWE has dropped the ball on them when Malachi was over there, and what's his name? What was his name in WWE?
Who? Aleister Black?
No, the other guy.
Oh, Buddy Matthews.
Yeah. Well, it was Buddy Murphy in WWE.
Buddy Murphy, yeah.
But they could have did so much more with them over in WWE. But another one of those,
just didn't work out.
Certain promotions have their ideas, and I mean,
they just didn't fit that mold.
Correct.
And that's okay. NXT.
I went with Chase U. It's kind of hard. They don't have too many stables. But yeah, the U, baby.
The only U we like is Miami, right? No, I'm just kidding.
No, only when Ray Lewis and Ed Reed were there.
But no, Chase U has been pretty solid.
And now that Thea and JC are there, and they have some new people. I forget what was the guy.
One of the breakout star guys was in there too.
I'm trying to think of his name, but he looks really good. I'm actually pretty impressed with him, and I can't wait to see where they go with him. So I mean, maybe Chase U has a decent upcoming for 2024. So we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe main roster bound. Who knows? Then we got WWE. I feel like it was kind of between two. So it's kind of easy. Semi for me, I took Judgment Day. I mean, you can't argue against them. Like, you got Rhea, you got Damien, you got Finn, you got now JD, and Archer is sprinkled in now. I mean, at one point we all thought they were going to split up, and they've done that angle pretty well where they go back and forth and argue and whatever. And the whole, lately now that R-Truth's around, they got, him eating ho-hos on the couch and just making a mess, and them, just making it interesting. They're keeping it us wanting more, I feel like. They're not making it dull and boring and the same old going out to the ring, oh, we own, Monday nights or whatever. So I definitely give credit for WWE keeping Judgment Day very entertaining.
And before I give on, you skipped me on NXT, Metaphor. I know we don't like Metaphor, but I feel like they've been a great stable, great entrance. We'll talk more about them later. For WWE, it was obviously a toss-up between Judgment Day and Damage Control. Damage Control, for me, the future even looks better for these guys. I love everything they've done.
For sure, agree. I mean, yeah. Bayley has made a good team. Well, it'll be interesting to see how they turn on Bayley.
Yeah, Oscar and Kyrie
if they turn on Bayley, if Dakota Kai stays with Bayley, or they stay with the Kabuki Warrior whole thing. I don't know. It's interesting. Or does Sasha Banks show up? Don't know.
Money.
Who knows? Yeah, money. It's gonna cost a lot.
Comeback Wrestler of the Year.
I went with Mr. RKO. Randy Orton.
There's nothing left to say. Yeah.
Yep. I mean, the crowd pop he got, he's looked in phenomenal shape. He was gone for, I think it was 18 months.
Yeah. Dude is jacked.
And very interested to see where they go with him.
For me, Adam Copeland, AEW, returning. Great.
Yep. I mean, you can't argue with that.
Showing up there, getting immediately into the mix, into some big feuds. People are going to love it. I'm telling you, I'm looking forward to the more work.
It was sad that, him and WWE kind of fizzled out.
It was time for a change, though.
I think them losing Edge will hurt. It hurts right now. It'll probably hurt a little more in the long run too, just because of his history and everything he can give back. And I mean, also I feel like losing Edge, they lose Beth Phoenix too. So
you're not wrong.
I mean, hopefully we'll see what all comes.
I think it's suiting he ends his career though with his best friend.
Oh yeah.
I think that's probably the most important thing for him. And I think we have to just appreciate that he wanted to do that, and good for him.
And I'm definitely seeing where they go. I mean, obviously, one's a heel, one's a face right now. They're both going at each other, but I would imagine
they're gonna
at
work it
some
out
point,
eventually.
exactly, they'll work it out, become a tag team, win the tag team titles, and who knows what they do. I honestly, I would
hope
love
they're
to
a
see.
heel tag team, man.
I'd love to see freaking Adam Copeland and Christian Cage versus Adam Cole and MJF, but I think that ship has sailed.
Can you imagine the first tables, ladders, and chairs match they have over there? It's going to be insane. All right, best pay-per-view / premium live event of the year. This was tough.
Yeah.
This was tough.
I took Survivor Series. I feel like the women's. I'm drawing a blank. Help me out, everybody.
The women's match that occurred there?
Yeah, what was the match?
Oh, hell if I remember. I'm too caught up on All In.
No, the two rings, the cage.
War Games?
Yeah, thank you. Jeez.
Yeah.
I couldn't think of, for some reason I wanted to think of Hell in Cell and whatever. But yes, War Games.
Yeah, War Games, man.
The women's War Games match was absolutely insane. As I said earlier, Io jumping off the top rope, or top of the cage with a trash can over her head.
That's one of the craziest things I've personally ever seen in my entire life.
Some of the moves off the top rope on one side, the table.
These women beat the hell out of each other, for lack of a better term.
Yeah.
They stole the show. You can't tell me otherwise.
And to be honest, I feel like at least half of the match we were all like, okay, when is one of them going to turn against Bayley, or when is one of them going to hit each other?
We were on edge.
And
it never happened.
I mean, the match was phenomenal. The men's match was good. I mean, everybody knew when they started, oh man, Randy Orton isn't there. I mean, was it Randy Orton showing up? Who was coming? We didn't know.
And the very end was a nice little surprise, wasn't it?
Of course. It was, the best in the world.
CM Punk, man. Yeah, that was cool, man. That was a great premium live event for WWE, and it really sets the tone going forward.
Yeah.
All In, AEW, banger after banger.
Definitely.
Hard to go against it. I'd have to say these guys are getting better each year. I think you're seeing the progression and the evolution of a company really grow, and I think people just have unrealistic expectations sometimes. They want them to be like WWE overnight, and it's just that's not going to happen. If they want to be a legitimate competitor, they're going to build and grow organically, and they're going to get there. It's going to take time, but I think they're a legitimate threat. I don't think they're going anywhere anytime soon. And I think you're going to put them on the same plateau as we, put WCW at some point. I think they'll get to that plateau and they'll be that respected.
Time will tell. I don't know if I agree, but yeah.
Hey. Your choice.
Yeah.
Biggest signing of the year.
Easy. Again, CM Punk. Best in the world.
Okay.
It was just recent, but I feel like everything they have lined up for him next year with Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, there's so much so-called bad blood, whatever. I don't know, but I seemed like he was welcomed in the locker room back there, and my opinion is he's not a bad guy. A lot of the issues he had in AEW were due to those crappy Young Bucks who are trash.
I hate the Young
They
Bucks.
cause lots of issues with everybody else. I will stick to it. And anybody that is a CM Punk fan or isn't a CM Punk fan, there's a documentary on Peacock about CM Punk, and you should watch it. Because I watched it the other day, and I actually learned a lot about CM Punk. I actually gained a little bit more respect for CM Punk. And, dude, whether you like it or not, he's a crowd draw. I mean, he had within 24 hours, the biggest merchandise sale in history. History! May I say, history. I mean, company's been around a long time.
Yes, money.
Yeah.
For me, it's Jade Cargill. It didn't pay off immediate dividends, but it's in the future. It's going to be humongous. It changes the entire face of that women's roster going forward, and I think you're going to see a matchup with her and Mommy at some point, and we're gonna call that a barn burner.
I hope you're right on Jade. I mean, I know Triple H seems like they're not rushing her because they want to make sure she's ready. Yeah. Everything, which I respect. I'm ready to see what Jade does. See what, compared to AEW and what they did with her to WWE. I definitely, I think my match I'm most looking forward to with Jade is Bianca and Jade. Because, dude, those two are both built. They're strong.
Well, if that's ever a tag team, that's a man's fever dream. But
they kind of strike me as... I think I'm thinking of the right tag, kind of like a Nation of Domination kind of a tag team.
But women
built,
wise, yeah, I'm okay with that.
Craziness.
It's actually an interesting take on that. I don't know if they bring that back up, but that'd be cool. Let's switch gears a little bit. Biggest free agents to be.
I did a man and a woman. I think it's easy. Seth and Becky. WWE lets them go at any point. I believe their contract's up in March or April, either right after WrestleMania, I want to say. They can't let them go easily. They let them go and they go to AEW or whatever. I mean, it's going to be hard to replace. Even if they make a shocking signing with like MJF or something, Seth is a workhorse. Becky's a workhorse. They are both well respected in the locker room. They get
and
audience
she's got a
draw.
Book coming out.
Yep, and she's got a book coming out.
She's a big deal.
I think that would be very catastrophic to WWE. It's kind of like it'd be like seeing Stone Cold and The Rock go to AEW. I think it's that significant. It's pretty big.
That's a big one. For me, obviously MJF and Mercedes Moné.
Yep.
A lot hinges on where these two go. And they're gonna make an instant impact wherever they go because they're a big fish.
They're definitely the top 4 right now.
All right, promotion of the year.
I went with WWE just because.
Okay.
I mean, having Cody there now, and Randy coming back, CM Punk coming back. By the way, hell has frozen over. CM Punk was never coming back to WWE with Vince McMahon in charge. And, I'm thankful that Ari and, Endeavor and all them bought WWE from Vince McMahon's greedy ass.
You're not wrong.
WWE has been, I'm going to say 10 times better with Triple H running the damn show.
Yeah.
And Vince McMahon being gone.
There's still some negatives, but
it's definitely, you can tell an improvement. And, he's bringing stables on board. I feel like he's pushing tag teams a little more.
Yeah.
You're seeing things. The only complaint I do have with WWE is storylines. Their storylines, for the most part, are garbage.
Yeah,
they don't have any. I mean, you do have Judgment Day storylines here and there. You had a Bloodline storyline, but you can improve on
There's one. There's been one that really sticks out to me. The Karrion Kross one, when that has that full payoff, that might be that might be the cream that rises to the top to make us say, okay, you had one really good one that blew our socks off.
And I'm not saying this just because he is my favorite, but I really wish we would have got to see the Bray Wyatt storyline payoff. I mean, rest in peace. He is definitely missed in WWE, but I would have loved to seen where, either the Wyatt Six or him and Uncle Howdy or, Alexa Bliss coming back now that she's had a baby, where that honestly went. That was really one of the only times WWE, I feel like, kind of had a decent storyline, especially with The Fiend. Hopefully they do something with that. Like you said, the whole Karrion Kross thing. We'll see with what they do with AOP and, who knows? I mean, hopefully they do something very decent with them.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. For me, promotion of the year was AEW. The growth of this company, I think it catches way too much slack and grief unreasonably, because I think people forget how hard it is to start a promotion from the ground up, and to have the amount of success that they have had within this short amount of time is nothing short of incredible and so rare that it's ridiculous. It's already exceeding some of the other promotions that we watch.
I agree.
And it is going to only keep skyrocketing. There is room for them to succeed and for everybody to be happy while it's going on.
I agree for the most part. I mean, I still feel like I feel like we don't know how true it is, but I know people say how bad their attendance is and whatnot. But I mean, to be honest, I can't really criticize AEW on their matches they put on. I feel like are better than WWE. They give them a little more leeway with, not bleeping out cuss words, which bothers the hell out of me.
Especially when it's the crowd.
Right.
Who wants to bleep the crowd out?
Right.
I hate that.
And kind of going back to the last one we talked about, the biggest free agent, MJF coming to WWE, I don't think that would be good unless they give him the full reign. Don't freaking blip him out because you'll never hear him talk. That's all he does. I mean, that's why the guy is so damn good.
Yeah, he's polarizing. Love it.
I mean, he came from whose bodyguard was he? Goldberg's, right? I mean, he was Goldberg's bodyguard, man.
That was a bodyguard.
He went from that to nothing, and he's the leader of AEW, which is great. I mean.
And he's fire on the mic. He's the best person on the mic right now.
I'm not going to deny that. I perfectly agree. And I mean, honestly, I feel like I said about the whole Seth and Becky biggest free agent thing, if MJF left AEW,
it'd be crippling.
It might be catastrophic.
I think that would cause a knee-jerk reaction, and you'd have to do something drastic.
For sure.
Let's just hope that doesn't happen. Let's see what the future holds. Speaking of future, what's ahead for us?
Again, I'm going to go back with CM Punk. Excited. Him and Seth Rollins, I think, are going to bring the house down. I mean, him and Roman, I know you agree with me. Everybody freaking agrees with me. I'm going on a rant. Roman needs to drop this damn title. We're freaking sick of it. He wrestles 3 times a freaking year. Last I checked, there was a clause, 30 days. Every 30 days, you got to, defend this freaking title.
I believe they amended this.
Yeah, it's called Roman Reigns clause.
Yeah.
Again, I'm also going to go on another rant. Logan Paul, he has freaking talent. He's not defended his title. We haven't even seen him since he's won his damn title.
Except for like a vignette or something. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm sick of it. I mean, Roman, you like to hate him. He has a very good entrance. He is polarizing. But it is time to get rid of this freaking title on the guy or make him defend it. Something. We're done with it. I speak for every wrestling fan. Every wrestling fan. Unless you're one of these, I'm the one. No, we're done with it.
Unless you're the NXT champion, the Intercontinental champion, or the World Heavyweight champion, those are the only 3 title holders that have been consistently defending their titles.
Yeah, and the only reason I don't harp on Gunther, which I'm tired of him being a champion.
But he defends it all the time.
Exactly. He defends it. He puts on excellent matches. And he actually elevates the people that he's with. Look at Chad Gable. Chad Gable...
Thank you!
Yeah, thank you! Chad Gable,
great,
he was kind of a jobber, man. He came in and freaking put on bangers with Gunther. And I still think he should have won. So, that's my rant. I'm done with Roman Reigns. And
we're done with the not defending of titles, period. Whether it be Rhea, I'm going to be hypocritical of the titles not being defended and they lose significance, they lose value, they lose importance. We got to see them, and we have to see the people more. That's really that simple.
I agree. And we have rumors of Roman's leaving after WrestleMania. Is he going to drop it? Is he not? I mean, I don't want them to put it out that he's leaving after WrestleMania because then whoever he's facing is going to win. mean, unless Damian cashes in, that's the only other question mark.
He has till July to do that, so that's a very interesting topic in itself. I think we're going to see him be champion at some point. Now, I didn't say it's going to be for long, but I think we're going to see him be champion.
Yeah, I mean, and he can cash in on whatever he wants. So, yeah. Also, on what's ahead, Day 1. Day 1's tonight.
I'm excited.
Day 1.
We'll see what happens. There's a former champion showing up.
Yeah, I mean...
Probably Andrade.
You said Batista. Probably Andrade.
Batista, Andrade, there's
could be Sasha. It could be... Was Ty Dillinger former champion?
I don't think so.
Since, he's coming back at 10.
It's going to be Royal Rumble. All these guys are going to...
I know.
Most of them are going to show up Royal
You're
Rumble.
right. Big E, but he is on the roster. I mean, I would love to see Big E. Dude, that pop... You thought Randy and CM Punk's pop was loud? Mm-mm. I feel like Big E's pop will double that.
They sure as hell better wait till he's in Tampa to fucking do that. Wait till they're visiting Florida or something. Get that hometown pop.
Great.
Because he deserves it.
Or the Dell.
Yeah, okay. There's lots of things ahead. We got WrestleMania coming up in April.
Yeah.
That's in Philadelphia. We're going to start talking about, potential Hall of Famers. Paul Heyman.
Yep.
Some other names are going to be talked about. There's going to be plenty of deserving people. We've got plenty of pay-per-views between then, or premium live events as
Royal Rumble, Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, there's a lot going on at the beginning of this year.
What's Friday? Friday is like New Year's resolution or something.
Something with NXT, right?
Is that
New Year's Evil? I don't know. Or does it already happen?
No, I think that already happened. No, SmackDown's doing something kind of because Day 1 last year was an actual pay-per-view.
Yeah, which
now
is weird.
Put it on a freaking Monday, which
okay,
I don't like at all. I don't know.
They're allowed to do weird stuff though. Whatever.
You're right. They do whatever they want.
Yeah, I mean, you have to think.
That's why we're in these chairs and they're over there.
But this is also the same promotion that thought Great Balls of Fury was a good name for a pay-per-view. So we'll see what happens. But lots to talk about in the future. Lots of good things happening, including TNA's rebirth from the ashes. Start talking about Impact more. I'll even show some love to New Japan at some point because some crazy things going. There's a special free agent coming from Japan, so we'll see where he goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, lots of things ahead for us. We're excited. We want you to follow our YouTube channel, follow the TikTok page. Lots more content to come.
Yep. Make sure you please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. That'd be great. Thank you for your continued support. And who knows what content we're going to put out. Hopefully we'll be plan on being a lot more busier this year.
We're going to go to a lot more events.
Yes.
And it's going to start with me calling out Doyle Day. When I go to an event and I see you, what is that, ACW?
Yes.
ACW. Next ACW event I go to.
I believe it's February 2nd.
Doyle Day. I'm challenging you to a match. I'm going to kick your ass. I told you I was going to F5 you once, and I mean it.
Unless Matt Riddle gets to him first. Because Bro's going to be there.
Yeah, hey, we look forward to seeing Bro. We'll see how he's evolved some. I think he kind of got a raw deal from WWE. I think it's just a matter of maybe they just didn't like him. I don't know.
Or he just couldn't stay out of trouble.
Yeah, he couldn't stop smoking pot, maybe. I don't know.
Or the big issue of whatever he did at the airport. I think that was the last straw.
I mean, anything happens when you're just, smooching it up with a porn star and end up having a baby with her. So, weird things happen. So, you got to make better decisions. So, we'll see. But we're looking forward to going to many more shows, doing many more things. You'll see us everywhere doing everything. It doesn't matter if it's a baseball game, a football game, whatever. We're going to be all over Critical Conversation Bros. Always down to do something.
Yeah, we have some plans also. We'll probably talk about some playoff stuff for football. Because, my Ravens are the best team in football. Sorry about your Eagles, buddy.
Yeah,
they're kind of
a tough time, but still in the playoffs, so anything can happen.
You're right. And
playoffs.
Hopefully we'll plan is maybe to do like a weekly show for baseball next year. That'd be this year now.
Yeah, free agency has been insane. No man should get $700 million, but he did.
You're right. You're right. Could you imagine somebody in WWE getting $700 million?
You're lucky if they can get 10. That's a story for another time. Pay our people.
Yep. Hopefully we'll talk about some basketball. So we're not only gonna just continue to talk about wrestling. We're gonna open horizon and talk about some other stuff, and continue to go to events and do some weird stuff. I mean, we do all kinds of random reviews on our TikTok pages, and we do have an actual Critical Conversation Bros TikTok page now.
Oh yeah.
So check that out.
Lots more to come.
Yep, and last time, like the last video I said, we could have some surprises, some surprise guests. Might have something lined up. You never know.
Yeah, we've got a lot in the works. We're looking forward to what the future holds for us. So thank you for watching. Click and subscribe, and we'll see you guys soon.
Peace.
Later. Hello, Critical Conversation Bros here. I'm Behold Greatness, and this is
Top Rope Bubba.
Oh yeah.
Please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
We also have a dedicated Critical Conversation Bros.
Yes, TikTok page.
TikTok.